summer day here at Target Field. Game 4 between the Twins and the Royals, and the Twins have a chance to win this series. And despite the disappointing loss Friday night, it's been a good series for the Twins. They continue their climb up the standings, 6 games behind the first-place Indians as we begin this series finale. And good Sunday afternoon to you. Dick Kramer along with the man of the day yesterday, Bert Blyleven. It was a fun day.
Oh, great day yesterday. And what really, got it at the end was a Twins win. Well, I'm working on my running a little bit, high stepping. I guess.
Made it halfway in is what you did.
And then I sucked for air, yes. My family was there, which was very nice. Got some more Dutch shoes, and they smell pretty good. Have my nice socks on. And then the Twins presented me with 3 very, very nice jerseys, and then my number 28 getting retired. And how nice of George Meadowall to fly in from Orlando to catch me. It was very nice.
It was a fun night. Over the years, the Twins closer situation has been among the most stable in baseball. Jeff Reardon, Rick Aguilera, Eddie Guardado, Joe Nathan. Well, this year it's been very odd because there was a switch a few weeks into the season, and then last night a switch back.
You know what, Dick? I'm a fan in yesterday's ball game. When Nathan came in out of that bullpen in the 9th inning, what an ovation he got. It sent goosebumps up me because Nathan ended up getting the save, his 250th save, but the fans knew they wanted Joe Nathan back, and he contributed.
And the Twins ended up winning Game 3 of the series. When we come back, we'll talk about a little personal rivalry between today's starting pitcher and a guy in the middle of the Kansas City lineup.
On Fox Sports North, I'm Robbie Mikowski. Brian Dunsing and Alex Gordon go way, way back. They're going to face one another today. They were roommates at the University of Nebraska, and I talked to both those guys and asked Alex Gordon, what's it like facing a guy who's pretty much your best friend?
It's pretty tough sometimes just because, the first 6 times I faced him, I think I had 6 strikeouts. And the funny thing is, everybody in the dugout knew it too, and they were all giving me, a hard time. And, I think the final, my 7th at bat, I just went up there and I was like, I just want to make contact. And I ended up breaking my bat and getting like a bloop single or something like that. So he's done well, and he definitely has my number.
He's a threat every time he's up there, and if you watch him play against everyone in the division, he's lights out when he's at the plate. So, I don't mind giving up hits. It's the homers that I'm kind of worried about. I don't want to do that, but I try to throw him a bone every once in a while.
And they're going to face one another today. Alex Gordon in the Royals lineup. Brian Dunsing on the mound today for the Minnesota Twins. First pitch coming your way with Dick Kramer and Bert Blyleven next on Fox Sports North.
And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
It's a hot and steamy afternoon here in downtown Minneapolis, but also a chance for the Minnesota Twins to win their 5th consecutive series today against the Royals on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Brian Dunsing and Alex Gordon go way, way back. They're going to face one another today. They were roommates at the University of Nebraska, and I talked to both those guys and asked Alex Gordon, what's it like facing a guy who's pretty much your best friend?
It's pretty tough sometimes, just because the first 6 times I faced them, I think I had 6 strikeouts. And the funny thing is, everybody in the dugout knew it too, and they were all giving me a hard time. And I think the final, my 7th at bat, I just went up there and I was like, I just want to make contact, and I ended up breaking my bat and getting like a bloop single or something like that. So he's done well, and he definitely has my number.
It's a threat every time he's up there, and if you watch him play against everyone in the division, he's lights out when he's at the plate. So I don't mind giving up hits. It's the homers that I'm kind of worried about. I don't want to do that, but I try and throw him a bone every once in a while.
And they're going to face one another today. Alex Gordon in the Royals lineup. Ryan Dunsing on the mound today for the Minnesota Twins. First pitch coming your way with Dick Bramer and Burt Blyleven next on Fox Sports North.
night. It's gotten increasingly hotter and muggier, which should prepare us for a doubleheader tomorrow.
Yeah, the Cleveland Indians coming into town, but first thing of duty right here is beat the Kansas City Royals here this afternoon and win 3 of 4. Dick, that's important for the Twins. Try to get back to 500. They've been doing a great job of trying to do that since June 2nd.
They've never been at 500 this year. It's remarkable to think such a modest goal, but they lost first 2 games in Toronto, and they were never able to get back to the 500 mark. So maybe during this homestand yet it can happen. We'll wait and see. The good thing is no one else in the division is running away with it. Right. So the Twins still trying to get back to 500, and they're well within range of taking over first place. Here's the Menards batting order for Ned Yost and the Royals in the series finale. Chris Getz leading off. Melky Cabrera hitting second. Alex Gordon, Billy Butler, Eric Hosmer, Jeff Francoeur, Wilson Benameet getting the start at third base. Matt Trainer and Alcides Escobar.
On the mound this afternoon on this hot, sticky day will be left-handed pitcher Brian Dunsing, making his 18th start. He's had 3 quality starts already this year against the Royals. He is 1-1 with an ERA at 1.71 against the Royals, and over his career he has pitched very well. Actually won his first major league game in August of 2009 in Kansas City against the Royals. He's 5-1 with a 2.63 ERA, and this is in 6 career starts.
Northland Ford defense for the Minnesota Twins will have Delman Young in left, and Ben Revere and Trevor Plouffe out there in the outfield, and we'll show you the defensive alignment a little bit later on. Chris Getz leading things off for the Royals. I don't know how closely how close attention you paid during the game last night. I know you were sipping a lot of lemonade over the course of the ball game. But one thing that Carl Pavano did a great job of, particularly early, is get the game rolling.
Good tempo.
And get the team off the field. The last thing you want to do in a sweltering afternoon like this is to be standing out there for 25 pitches a minute.
Yesterday's ball game, 2 hours, 14 minutes. Pavano did a great job, as Jeff Francis did. Both starters did a good job yesterday to keep the game moving.
2-0 to Getz. And now 3-0. Getz, Cabrera, and Gordon to get things started here.
Well, you want to come out of that bullpen, attack that strike zone right off the get-go. You don't want to walk that leadoff hitter. Well, there's a strike. Dunsing has 4 pitches. Fastball, he'll sink that fastball, throw it 4-seamer, hard slider, slow curveball, and a circle changeup.
3-2. So Getz taking 5 pitches. Back to Dunsing. A 6-pitch at bat. Put the first out, recorded, 1 down. Let's check out the Twins in the field. As we said before, an outfield of Young, Revere, and Plouffe. And the Twins coming back with Valencia, Nishioka, KCA, and Kadire in the infield, and Joe Mauer behind the plate. The defense brought to you by Northland Ford.
You know, Dick, throughout a ball game, you can give yourself a little bit of good feeling, and that's what Brian Dunsing did right there in that first at bat to Chris Getz. Fell behind 3-0, came back through 3 strikes, and got the out.
Here's Melky Cabrera, and he whistles one down toward the left field corner. Young is able to get in front of it. Cabrera digging for 2, and he'll reach with a 1-out double.
Well, Cabrera, really one of the hotter hitters for the Kansas City Royals. Came into this at bat hitting .293, was on an 11-game hitting streak before he took an offer the other day, and right there, slider kind of went right into that swing of Cabrera right down that left field line. Cabrera, a 1-out double, his 24th double of the year.
So now the matchup we talked about in the open and in the pregame too. Not just college teammates, college roommates, groomsmen in each other's wedding. Alex Gordon against Brian Dunsing.
Right now, Dunsing a little bit ahead as far as the competitiveness between these two guys. Gordon 3 for 16.
And Gordon doinks one to left, and it's going to drive in a run, I think. Young's throw coming to the plate. It's cut off. And Gordon with an RBI single. So Getz stands up there, takes 5 pitches, finally grounds out, and the next 2 guys jump on the first pitch.
Well, Dunsing said, you know, he didn't want to throw him a bone, or he'll throw him a bone once in a while, and Alex Gordon didn't want to get into that situation where Dunsing got ahead, jumped on that first pitch and picked up his 51st RBI of the year. Fastball, inside out swing by Gordon, and he lined it into left field.
Here's Billy Butler. And Butler takes outside, ball one.
I don't know if you guys talked about this yesterday, but when Ned Yost was talking about Billy Butler, he'd like to see more home run and RBI production out of Butler. Don't worry about hitting, you know, over 300. I want to see some more power. And that's one thing they hope that Billy Butler, still a young player, can provide as his career matures.
And we did talk about it last night in the context of Ned Yost complimenting Butler, saying he's such a good two-strike hitter. He's not an automatic out. He battles with two strikes. So why not early in the count like this, if you see something you like, try to turn on it and drive it. 2-0. And particularly in counts like this where Butler knows Dunsing wants to throw a strike here.
He's always been a line drive gap type hitter, and they'd like to see more RBI and home run production. 15 home runs last year, so far 6 this year. He hit .318 last year, 6th best in the American League. And there's that swing right there. I mean, the ball was out over the plate, but you can see Butler right there trying to get underneath that ball and create some distance between home plate and that baseball.
2-1. Dunsing trying to even his season mark at 7-7. Won't take long for pitchers, whether they're starters or relievers, to work up a sweat on the mound. Very muggy conditions.
Royals like to run. 97 stolen bases on the year. Gordon with 8 of them.
Foul back 2-2. Ned Yost in his first full year, trying to do in Kansas City what Joe Madden did in Tampa. We talked about it the other day. Clint Hurdle doing it now in Pittsburgh, changing the culture of raising the expectations. 2-2. Bouncer to third. See if they can get 2. There's 1. Double play. So Dunsing ends up facing 4 men, giving up a couple of hits in the game's first run.
frozen lemonade, whatever it takes to try to stay cool from the inside out on a hot, steamy day. And it is hot.
It's hot. Working on their tan.
Here's the Menards batting order for the Twins, down early 1-0. And it'll be Ben Revere leading things off. Then now Alexi Casilla, Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire, Jim Thome, Delman Young, Danny Valencia, Trevor Plouffe, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka.
That's Felipe Paulino on the mound here this afternoon, making his 8th start for the Kansas City Royals, his first career appearance against the Twins. Started the season with the Rockies, designated for assignment, and then later traded to the Royals for cash considerations.
Which is another way of saying he was sold.
Yep.
A ball now, a strike.
Terry Mulholland, remember, he came to the Twins, I think, for $1. So.
And Dave Winfield went to Cleveland from Minnesota for lunch sometime between the general managers. This one down the line, and it'll twist foul, 1-2. Paulino, a strikeout guy. He can throw very hard. At times he approaches 100 miles per hour. So not just that he's right-handed, but he'll provide quite a contrast from Bruce Chen and Jeff Francis, two of the other Kansas City starters in this series.
Yeah, good hard fastball, good hard slider. And there's a fastball middle in, and it's a call third strike.
Northland Ford defense for the Kansas City Royals. Alex Gordon in left, Melky Cabrera in center, Jeff Francoeur in right. Betamit at third, Escobar gets up the middle, Hosmer first, and Matt Trainer behind the plate.
You talked about the good fastball right there. Good fastball in a great location to get the strikeout of Revere.
And Casilla takes up and away at 94 miles per hour.
Well, Matt Trainer setting inside. And look where the pitch is. Good pitch.
This one to center field, and Cabrera's not going to get there. Casilla can run for a while. And he'll hold up with a double. So Casilla driving one to almost straightaway center field, but perhaps because of Paulino's velocity, the Royals were playing Casilla to the opposite field.
Yeah, just left a fastball up right there, and Casilla jumped all over it, and Cabrera shading him a little bit to left center, kind of left that right center area open. Casilla getting the barrel of the bat out quickly. And it's a 1-out double for Casilla. His 15th of the year. Melky Cabrera, the 1-out double in the top of the first inning. Casilla, 1-out double in the bottom of the first inning.
And now Mauer.
See if Mauer can drive him in like Alex Gordon did.
Slow breaking ball over for a strike. Three hits, all singles for Mauer. 3 runs batted in. Also drew 3 walks here on Friday night. Fastball inside at 96. The Royals not expected to contend, so in late May they picked up a project, Felipe Paulino. Great arm. It didn't really work for him in Colorado. He's had a hard time commanding his stuff. And the early returns are pretty positive for Kansas City. He's been the kind of an innings eater for him.
Yeah, it really has been. He's making his 42nd career start, his 74th career appearance. And he has 7 major league wins, 27 major league losses. So Bob McClure, right in the middle of your screen, working with Paulino to try to get him, which he's been able to do, get deep into ball games.
Last 3 starts, he's averaged 7 innings per start. A win and 2 losses. Bounce to the right side and through. Casilla around third, and Mauer has tied the game with an RBI single.
Well, deja vu of the Royals' top of the first inning. Joe Mauer, after the 1-out double by Casilla, driving in his RBI, ties the game at 1 apiece for Mauer, his 13th RBI of the year. It's a 1-1 game.
Getz diving for the ball and then looking over his right shoulder, wondering where Casilla was and whether he was able to score. He was. The game's tied, and here's Kadire.
Kadire picking up that big RBI single late in the ball game in yesterday's win over the Royals in the 8th inning.
One and 0 to Kadire. That hit the outside corner. Kadire getting the 3rd consecutive single to score the winning run.
Well, last night's ball game in the 8th inning. Kadire driving in KCA for the 4th run of the ball game, and the Twins won 4-3.
Bounced to short.
I'll be darned.
And the Twins hit into an inning-ending double play.
Deja vu.
They get the tying run in, and it's one apiece. Heat index of close to 100 degrees. I've always had sympathy for 2 people in baseball on hot days like this: the team mascots and the catchers. You know, because the catchers are the greatest athletes on the team.
Well, you know what? I mean, Timmy would rather be catching here this afternoon than standing in the camera well where he's surrounded around cement. Tim Laudner, probably pretty warm down there.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? We wanted outdoor baseball. And by George, we got it today, don't we? Huh? Yeah, it's a good one like this. Bert, I know you like pitching in hot weather. I didn't mind catching in hot weather. You know, you sweat like crazy, and you get a good sense of accomplishment when you get a big win under your belt. But the Twins will have a chiller in the dugout and blowing some cool air in there on them. And the training staff's going to be busy today, and making sure that these guys are hydrated, number one, and making sure that you get some cold towels on them with some ammonia. So
yes,
these athletes are going to be taken care of today. That's not a big deal. They're used to playing in all different types of weather, and heat's just one of them. You liked it when it was hot, Bert. I know you did.
Well, I like the ammonia water between innings. I know you did too, Timmy. It calmed you down. And what's nice about this afternoon, even though it's hot, there is a little bit of a breeze. So the players on the field been down there for the instructional, Dick, after the ball game. There is that breeze, so at least they get a little bit. Where yesterday ball game, those flags were just limp. I mean, they went straight down. At least it's a little bit of a breeze here this afternoon.
2-2 to Hosmer. All right, for our viewing audience, most of whom are like me, they've never had ammonia water cool them off. What's it do for it? What's the benefit rather than just a cold, wet towel?
Well, it's a wet towel, you know, soaked in water and then you put some ammonia in there, and it just refreshes you. It just, I don't know, it's hard to explain, Tim Laudner. It just revitals you a little bit, makes you feel cool all over.
Wakes you up.
Yeah, wakes you up too. Many times you brought the towel out to the mound with me, said, "Hey, let's go, wake up out here."
I should have.
2-2 to Hosmer, and just off the plate, a full count.
Well, this breaking ball just missing away.
Grounded weakly to third. Valencia has it. One down. Twins baseball brought to you to your air-conditioned living rooms in Sony high definition. So you really did enjoy pitching in this stuff? Well, you had to at least adjusted to it when you were down in Texas.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed this hot weather. I'd rather pitch in hot weather than cold because, like Tim Laudner said, you're sweating out there, and hey, that sweat sometimes gets on that ball, and boy, I'd be surprised that ball would sink a little bit better on hot days.
Wow.
Learned that from Gaylord Perry in the heat of Texas.
You hear the Twins have just retired your number, and people all over the upper Midwest.
Now I can say whatever I want.
We've held you in such high esteem.
Well, thank you.
We call those pitches watermelon seeds, huh, Bert?
Yes.
Fouled off of Mauer, and Francoeur as a 1-1 count. And the catcher, of course, you're out there sweating with the extra gear on and all that, and a helmet that doesn't really breathe real well, and then you take foul tips. Just makes for a real pleasant afternoon.
That's why they call it the tools of ignorance right there. Wow.
You put that gear on, it makes your IQ go up by 50, 75 points. Didn't you know that, Bert?
Made you about 80 then.
They should have worn it to school.
Driven to right, hit pretty well. Plouffe going back, and it's over his head. He plays the bounce. Francoeur digs for second. Plouffe's throw to KCA, the cutoff man, and it's a double for Francoeur. I think we'll see that with Plouffe out there. He hasn't spent much time out there, and it's understandable he might take some indirect routes.
Well, I think what happened here to Trevor Plouffe, he's kind of watching the ball rather than saying this ball's behind me. I have to hustle back to that ball. And you can see Plouffe kind of keeping his eye on the ball, of course, but not going, full force toward that wall. But that ball hit pretty sharply right there by Francoeur, the third hit for the Royals, his 21st double.
And another one-out double in this game. And it's backed up by a drive down the line, foul by about 5 feet. Betamit getting a chance to play. Take a look at Plouffe in right field.
See right there, he kind of just nonchalantly went back, and I think, the more playing time, he'll go back to that spot where he thinks the ball's going to be and then turn around and pick it up.
Betamit playing for Moustakas, their highly thought of third base prospect. Moustakas struggling a bit at the plate. Betamit's been pretty effective for them, a pretty productive player, but when the prospect got called up, Betamit's playing time went down.
That's kind of been his career, though, Dick. He's kind of a utility guy, play a lot of different positions. Very good hitter, a .270 career hitter at the major league level. This is 9th season. Came up with the Braves, spent some time with the Dodgers, Yankees, White Sox, always in that utility type role. A switch hitter. Betamit hitting .241 as a right-handed hitter, .301 as a left-handed hitter. Got some pop in his bat.
Two and two, and as the Royals move through their month of July and get closer and closer to the trade deadline, they may feel that Betamit would be an expendable part, and they might be able to spin him off somewhere and bring a young prospect back, maybe a Class A or Double A prospect from another organization.
I'm sure Ned Yost giving Moustakas a day off against lefties who he struggled against, and Betamit 6 for 16 lifetime against Brian Dunsing. So some pretty good numbers.
You can't help but look at the Royals right now and where the Twins were 12 years ago, as they were approaching a stage where they were competitive on an annual basis. And you may look at a Betamit and say, well, this guy might be a Dave Hollins type player for the Royals, or a Roberto Kelly, a veteran who doesn't really fit into a rebuilding process, but they may be able to get a prospect back in return. That's outside, 3-2. And that's one thing I don't think the Twins have gotten enough credit for. They did a really good job in situations like that where they had a veteran and they ended up trading him before the trading deadline to a contending team looking for somebody. And the scouting they did in the lower levels of other teams' organizations, bringing over a Joe Mays bringing over a David Ortiz, guys like that. 3-2 here to Betamit. And a foul tip. It's not just the players that the Twins drafted and developed. It was low-level prospects from other organizations they brought in. Santana's another one.
Right. Well, Kansas City's had the opportunity to sign a lot of #1 picks, so you're seeing some of those guys come up now. But they're also, Dayton Moore, I think, is doing a good job of building up their minor league system, like you're talking about. Trade some of the veterans to get some more young, talented kids. So their future is maybe next year or the following year.
Another 3-2 to Betamit. Got him. Sinking fastball. Betamit swung over the top, out number 2.
Yeah, first strikeout for Dunsing comes at a good time right here. Man on second, 1 out. And a good fastball down.
After the game on Fox Sports North, joined Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall, the personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. And this week it's Whitey Ford. Boys in the Hall after the game, presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. A week from today, my partner will be joining that exclusive group, the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Dick, it's hard to explain the honor that I feel with my number 28 being retired up there with the other 5, along with Jackie Robinson. People say, how does it feel? It's hard to explain. It's a great honor. I mean, that number will be up there as long as this stadium stands here at Target Field, and it's unbelievable.
1 strike to Trainer.
And to have my kids also, drop that curtain more or less and display that number was another great honor.
And next Sunday you'll go in. Who knows? Whitey Ford may be there. Do you get a guest list? Do you know the Hall of Famers?
I'll find out hopefully in the next couple of days who is going to be there. I know Sandy Koufax is going to be there.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to shaking his hand for the second time in my life.
Check swing.
And we will talk about the curveball, because I grew up idolizing him when he pitched for the Dodgers, and also Don Drysdale, those two workhorses for the Dodgers in the 60s. And I visualized Koufax's curveball, and that became my curveball.
Two and 1. Chopper left side. Nishioka almost has a go through the webbing of his glove. Throws on target to Kadir. And Francoeur left at second base.
There's plenty to do at the Dells, including the Adair go-karts. Here's where you can really put the pedal to the metal, legally that is, They build themselves as the area's fastest track, and there's no question it's a challenging road course, taking drivers over hills, under bridges, around hairpin turns, and waterfalls. And Marnie Gellner, Dick and Bert, she drew the long straw here. We got the short one. She's hanging out at the water parks, hanging out at the water slides, having a good time out there, Wisconsin Dells. And you can watch her on our Twins Live postgame show.
Well, thank you, Robbie. Jim Thome leading off the second for the Twins. And he takes strike one. We saw Anthony LaPanta in the go-karts there, but he's had a lot of practice. He drives the same way when he tries to find the nearest Starbucks every morning. A fastball just inside, 1-1. Breaking ball away. 2-1.
Thome, since the All-Star break, this is his second game. Maurer, the DH yesterday. Drew Butera, caught yesterday, hit the home run. So here Jim Thome, still sitting at .595 in his career as far as home runs.
3-1.
Molina making his 8th start. He's given up only 3 home runs, so he's kept the ball in the ballpark.
3-2. Thome's last home run coming on July 3rd. And of course, he spent some time on the shelf. On the outside corner. Got him.
Well, the hard breaking ball right there. Jim Thome questioning that call, but Molino picking up his second strikeout. Got Ben Revere on a fastball in, and then the hard slider flips the outer half of the plate.
That'll bring up Delman Young. Delman's had a good series, not just in getting hits, but in picking up extra base hits. 4 doubles in the series. His last home run coming on June 9th. 2 strikes. And just a couple of them on the year.
Well, you hope with Delman having a very good series, he's getting that swing back, and Tim Laudner, so you go through spells where you hope that, that swing can create that uppercut swing.
Oh my!
Watch out.
Oh my! That just missed.
I think it got Scotty Alger.
Scotty Alger on the left wrist,
left shoulder area.
Oh my gosh, he's all right.
Wow.
Woo. Right in front of Danny Valencia's face, and it hit the Twins bench coach. And a strikeout swinging, 2 down.
Another nasty slider.
We have a split doubleheader tomorrow because of a rainout earlier against Cleveland. And the first game begins at 12:10. It's a makeup for the April 22nd rainout. The second half of the double dip will begin at the normal time, 7:10, and the evening game will feature Schweigert's $1 a dog promotion. To check out availability for tickets for either game on Monday, go to twinsbaseball.com.
Yeah, I think baseball should have more doubleheaders. If they had more doubleheaders during the season, we wouldn't play the World Series going into November.
I was interested in reading Mike Scioscia's comments about that. The Angels had a scheduled doubleheader with Oakland yesterday. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And Scioscia said that would be a nice way, if you're going to add a playoff round, which is apparently the direction we're headed, to condense the regular season a little bit, go ahead and have some scheduled doubleheaders. Right. Wow, what an inning for Paulina. He strikes out Thome in a long at bat, and then he takes care of Young and Valencia very quickly. Is brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. And I was feeling sorry for TC Bear in the heat. How about the Grizzly Bears at the Minnesota Zoo in Apple Valley? The brown bears of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula are among the largest in the world. A male may reach 1,300 pounds and 10 feet tall. Brian Dunsing pitching to the Royals here in the third inning. We've got a 1-1 game. Number 9 batter Alcides Escobar will lead things off. Escobar started a Royal comeback last night. Twins had a 3-0 lead, looked to have the game under control, but then Escobar hit a 2-run home run. The Royals tied it up, and then it was up to Kadir to drive in the 4th run as the game winner.
He also laid down a bunt, and that's why Danny Valencia is playing even with the bag at third. Kind of caught Valencia by surprise. He was playing a little bit deeper, and he laid down a very good bunt to get an infield base hit.
Big swing at the changeup, 2-2.
Escobar, just 24 years old, from Venezuela, in his first season with the Royals, coming over in the Zach Greinke trade from the Brewers.
Looped into right, and a base hit for Escobar to start the third inning. 4th Kansas City hit. Back to the top of the order, and Chris Getz. The hottest homestand at Target Field. The longest homestand at Target Field. So we got this hot, steamy weather through the Cleveland and I think through the Detroit series too. At least we'll get a weather break when we go to Texas.
Yeah, throw over Escobar with 14 stolen bases in 19 attempts. Royals leading the American League in stolen bases with 97. They've been caught only 29 times. With Joe West, the umpire over there, you have to make sure that you step over to first base. Called a balk on Carl Pavano yesterday. Watch out.
High and tight, ball 1.
Well, one thing with hot weather too, sometimes that ball will slip out of your hand. Now you see Getz squaring around the bunt, but got out of the way. And that high fastball. That's where the pine tar came into play. And
see,
the rosin.
Again now with the cheating on the mound.
That's what. No, I didn't have it. Tim Laudner had it.
2-0.
And Tim Laudner's out of the camera well. I don't blame him. Very hot.
Well, Getz squared around twice, and Dunsing has fallen behind here 2-0. Down the right field line, and a very long run for Trevor Plouffe. Gets there. Nice catch in foul territory after a long run, 1 down.
That ball had a little hang time right there. Allowed Trevor Plouffe to get over there with his speed, pick up the ball, and make the out. So Getz, who has 10 sacrifices on the year, swings away here, got underneath it, and Plouffe hustling over there. And good concentration, foul territory. Not a lot of room down that right field line.
So Getz was willing to give himself up to bunt, and Dunsing didn't deliver a strike. So Ned Yost gave Getz a chance to swing away, and he popped it up down the right field line. Now 1-0 to Cabrera. Cabrera doubled his first time up and then scored on the next pitch when Gordon slapped a single to left. Swing and miss. 1-1. And keeping a close eye on Escobar again. You know, if you're a manager, even in this day and age, you're probably subconsciously thinking, how can I score 4 or 5 runs? If I score 4 or 5 runs on a regular basis, I should win more than my share of games. Well, the Royals don't have the power that a lot of teams do, so they have to find ways to do that. And the running game is a big part of that.
Yes, it is. I like this guy at the plate right here, Cabrera. Melky Cabrera came up with the Yankees, played some center field there, then traded over to the Braves for Javier Vasquez trade. That didn't really work out for the Yankees. Signed as a free agent by the Royals over the winter.
A little bit low, 3-1. Well, the Yankees made up for that by stealing Curtis Granderson from the Tigers.
Cabrera, switch hitter, just 26 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Signed a 1-year contract with the Royals. Done a good job defensively and very good job offensively. He's a guy I think that would fit into the plans of the Royals as they move forward with a lot of young talented kids.
Popped up a foul ball out of play, 3-2. We look at his numbers and we're just past the halfway mark, so you can't double the numbers. But if Cabrera hits just under 300 and he hits in the neighborhood of 20 home runs and drives in 80-90 runs, that's going to be a pretty good year for him.
Yes, it will be. Last year with the Braves, he played in 147 ball games for the Braves, hit only 4 home runs and drove in 42 runs. So he's done a lot better job here in Kansas City.
See if the Royals send the runner Escobar. He goes, and the pitch fouled back. Dunsing held the ball an extra count or two.
.50 pitches for Dunsing. Strike to ball ratio not where he'd like it so far.
Another 3-2 coming to Melky Cabrera. Runner goes again, and the pitch lifted foul out of play. This the second of 5 straight 4-game series the Twins will play. After today, 4 games with Cleveland, then 4 games with Detroit. Three and 2 again, and another foul ball. And Dunsing has thrown more than 50 pitches and has gotten just 7 outs so far. Suggests that the Twins might have to go to their bullpen earlier unless he can get locked in here quickly.
Yeah, a lot of pitches up so far for Dunsing. Got to get that ball down in the strike zone. That's how he got the double play off the bat of Billy Butler to end the first inning.
And another 3-2 pitch. This one hooked foul. Not many right-handed batters have hit a foul ball there in this ballpark.
Oh, getting the head out of the bat. The ball down and in, and he hooked that into the upper deck.
Escobar is getting Cabrera's attention, saying, all right, 4 times I've sprinted to second base and you keep flipping these fouls. Put one in play for a change.
Most of the pitches outer half of the plate.
This one poked foul again back into the seat. So Escobar is taking his helmet off every time he retreats to first. Dunsing will try it again. Royals really like Escobar. They think he's going to be the shortstop they're going to build around. They really like his defense and hope he can hit enough. This one driven to left. This time Escobar didn't take off, and Young with the leaping catch for out number 2. So I don't know if he ran Escobar out of gas or what.
Out of gas, yeah.
2 down. You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at @11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. You can get all the scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details. It's a 2 away, and Escobar still at first, and Alex Gordon will hit.
Well, Gordon in his first at bat jumped on the first pitch of his former roommate and picked up the RBI single that scored Cabrera from second base.
And for Gordon, he now has 4 singles in 17 at bats, and he exaggerated just a little bit. He said he struck out the first 6 times he faced his college roommate. In fact, it was just 5 of the first 6 times. 1-0.
But it probably felt like 6.
And Gordon tried for that home run that Dunsing said he doesn't ever want to give up to Gordon.
A little smile on Dunsing right there.
As if to say, I think that was your pitch to hit, and you didn't hit it.
And you missed it. And I do not want to throw that one again.
There goes Escobar. Mauer's throw right on the bag, but high. It got him anyway. Nishioka might have gotten there a tad late. The pitch sailed a little bit, and second base umpire Sam Holbrook called him out. Ned Yost is going to pick up the argument, but the inning ends. The game, text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234. Joe Mauer drove in the first Twins run.
Michael Cuddyer cooling off. Trainers staying busy, making sure the players cool down between innings in their dugout.
Strike 1 to Trevor Plouffe. He'll be followed by Tsuyoshi Nishioka and Ben Revere.
Polino striking out the side in the second inning.
Handle of the bat.
Gets ahead in the count here on Trevor Plouffe. I think it was a slider, all 3 strikeouts. 1 to Tomey, 1 to Valencia. That slider right there just missing, and also Delman Young.
Back to Paulino. One away. Not seen the Twins do much bunting in this series. Perhaps a chance here for Nishioka to try to get on base. 5 men in a row have been retired. And nobody's really hit the ball sharply. KCA drove his double to center field. Mauer grounded a single through the hole. See if Nishioka tries to bunt here. Up and away, ball one.
Yeah, pitcher-catcher relationship, very important. Also communication with your third baseman, Bedamete, playing about even with the bag, but as the pitch is delivered, he's kind of moving in a little bit.
Hack foul. 1-1.
A lot of times when a hitter like Nishioka was up, I always talk to Gary Gaetti or someone, say, hey, watch the bunt. Come on in. Just take that away from him. Make him swing the bat.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, after that swing right there of Nishioka, I'd be surprised if this pitch is nothing but a fastball. Very late on that swing. See if they go right back to the fastball. Well, hard breaking ball, tried to strike out. When a guy is late like Nishioka on there, why throw him something slow to maybe speed up his bat?
And another breaking ball.
Another breaking ball left up, and Nishioka able to at least hit it foul. Matt Trainer, a catcher that's been catching a long time, surprised doesn't just say, hey, you've got that 95, 96 mile an hour fastball, challenge him. There it is.
And his fifth strikeout, first time through the Twins order.
On the mound, you can kind of see how hitters react to certain pitches. If guys didn't like my curveball, guess what? I'm just going to get it again. But if they're slow and tardy on that fastball, I'm going to throw it again. Finally, after 2 wasted pitches, that's the way I look at it, he went right at Nishioka and struck him out.
Got Revere looking on a breaking ball to start the ball game. And there it is again on the outside corner. He's missing with it. 1-1. One and two. Well, Paulino really had a difficult time in Houston, and obviously things didn't click for him in Colorado. But in 2009, 2010, he was a combined 4-20 with an ERA of just under 6. And since he's come to the Royals, he's actually done pretty well in the rotation, and if given moderate run support, his record would be a whole lot better.
Yeah, again, you know, he's designated for assignment by the Rockies. Started this year in their bullpen. It didn't pan out, so the Royals picked him up and hoping that he could be a future starter for him.
Tried to clip the inside corner but missed. 2-2.
That's one area that the Royals really have to look at, is that their starting staff. A lot of great arms out in that bullpen, but not much in that starting staff. Luke Hochevar pitched a great ball game, one of his best of the season the other night here.
That's a foul ball. No, but they've changed the names. I mean, you know, Brian Bannister, you know, I think he retired from Japan. He was overseas playing baseball. Gil Mesh, you know, retired abruptly.
Tip your hat to him for giving his salary back.
Right. 2-2 to Revere. And Paulino makes another catch, gets another assist, and he has another 1-2-3 inning. It doesn't seem like 20 years ago the 1991 Twins beat the Atlanta Braves, and some people believe the best World Series ever. And so the Twins, of course, in the next homestand will have a reunion, a 20-year reunion of the 91 World Championship team. And the Twins Vice President of Marketing, Patrick Klinger, is here with us to talk about what the Twins have, the special bobblehead set that's going to be available for fans to purchase.
And we're very excited about this, Dick. Beginning tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, we will have 1,000 sets featuring every player who played on the 1991 World Championship team in a bobblehead set. They'll go on sale 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, $391. And the best part is all of the net proceeds will benefit the Minnesota Twins Community Fund.
You said every player.
Every player.
It was you know,
Terry Leach included. Yes.
Terry Leach included. Very good.
1-2 to Alex Gordon. Dunsing was facing Gordon when Escobar was thrown out trying to steal.
And Patrick, I don't know if you 1,000.
There are 1,000 sets.
Limited edition.
That's exactly right. When those 1,000 sets are gone, they're gone. When we did something similar in 2007, celebrating the 20th anniversary of the 1987 World Championship team, we had 1,000 sets and they sold out in 12 minutes.
Wow.
So we expect a very strong demand again tomorrow, and hopefully the fans will be enthused, excited, and we'll raise a lot of money for the Twins community.
You didn't bring a set up here with you, did you? Because I'd like to open up the set and just get a look at the Junior Ortiz bobblehead. That's going to be the most amusing one.
There it is right there.
Which Van Gladden raising his arms. Something good has happened. There's Junior Ortiz back there in the back row with the catcher's equipment on.
You know, what's also unique about this set is that it gives you an opportunity to get bobbleheads of players who, quite frankly, would probably never have one. You'll get a Steve Bedrosian bobblehead, a Mark Guthrie, a Junior Ortiz, Carl Willis, players like that who were very important, of course, in the 1991 team, but maybe wouldn't be immortalized in a bobblehead otherwise, but they'll have an important place in this set.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of those guys from the 91 ball club, I mean, their families, friends, are going to jump online as quick as possible.
2 ground ball outs quickly here in the top of the 4th inning. Gordon, Butler retired, and Eric Hosmer will come to the plate.
Hey, just another subject real quick. Yesterday, I want to thank you and the Twins organization. Andy Price did a great job of organizing and orchestrating everything yesterday. Twins organization, you guys do a first-class job. I thank you for that.
Well, Bert, as I told you and your family after the ceremony yesterday, it was really a labor of love for those of us in the front office who have worked with you for years and known you, understand the quality individual you are, not only what you accomplished on the field, but the amazing things you do off the field with Parkinson's and young cancer victims. And I have an opportunity every day to see those kind of things happen. And so for me personally, and I know for everybody else in the Twins organization, it was a very, very special day yesterday. And to look out there in left field and see number 28 hanging is...
thank you. I wish my wife Gail was there too, because she's a big part of that.
3 weak ground ball outs. A good 4th inning for Brian Dunsing, and our thanks to Patrick Klinger for stopping by.
Thank you.
you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. Mostly cloudy skies, very muggy day here at Target Field. And refilling the cooler at the end of the Twins dugout. And the Twins and Royals in a 1-1 game. Alexi Casilla doubled and scored in the first. He'll lead off the fourth against Felipe Paulino. Has been very impressive here this afternoon. There's a bunt attempt by Casilla. One strike. For those of you interested in the 1991 bobblehead set going on sale tomorrow at 9 in the morning, the proceeds benefiting the Twins Community Fund, you go to twinsbaseball.com/1991. And as Patrick Klinger said, if the 1987 set that they sold 5 years ago was any indication, you'd better get online early and take care of business. 1-1 to Casilla. And he's got a 2-hit game. Both balls hit sharply, and in all honesty, the only 2 well-hit balls against Paulino in the game.
Yeah, Joe Mauer's base hit, kind of, seeing eye between first and second, gets go for it, but
Window Concepts, window of opportunity. The Twins have typically done well against the division. That's what makes this homestand such a great opportunity.
It really is, and Twins want to get back to 500 and see where they're at. And all these games on this homestand in their division. Led by that man right there, Ben Revere.
Here's Joe Mauer. We've got increasingly darkening skies here, suggesting we might have some precipitation on its way. A little bit low, ball 1 to Mauer. Mauer grounded a single to right to score Casilla to tie the game at 1, and that's where we sit now. And now outside, 2-0. Well, in your discussions with Bob McClure, he must have given you some insight as to what they've done right with Paulino to tighten up his control a little bit. Looking at his numbers anyway, it was always a part of his game that would kind of drift away from him.
Yeah, he said it's more up here between the ears sometimes as far as the physical ability of somebody. And get him back in that strike zone. Have him trust his stuff. Make him believe in himself that he can get major league hitters out. Sometimes when you struggle, of course, that negative thought is always in the back of your mind. Uh-oh, I'm going to run into trouble. Rather than going out there saying, you know what, I'm not going to run into trouble. I'm going to get this guy out. So it's the power of positive thinking that Bob McClure tries to instill on all his players, as any pitching coach does. Don't look for things to happen that are going to be bad for you. Look for positive things. Easier said than done.
I was going to say, it's got to be hard when in 2 years you're 4-20.
Right. It is very hard, but he's got a great arm. We've seen, a very good fastball in the mid-90s. We've seen that hard slider. He's mixed in the slow curveball, and that almost is kind of a changeup to him rather than that straight change.
2-1 to Mauer. Laced to left center field. Casilla will round second and head for third. Gordon turns and fires. And now Mauer dives back to the bag safely. So Casilla aggressively taking third base. And the Twins have the start of something here in the fourth.
Boy, you like to see that on a hot afternoon day. That base runner being aggressive like Casilla was right there. Got a very good jump off of first base. Mauer taking that pitch the other way. Might have been the changeup at 86. But Mauer, you can see the eye to bat contact right there. Casilla stepping off and then seeing that the ball is hit into left center. Gordon has to, kind of spin and turn. Hits the cutoff man. Mauer rounding first. Got back safely.
Here's Kadire. Bounced into a double play his first time up, and he takes strike 1. Fouled away, 2 strikes.
Well, one thing we've seen from Polino when he has picked up a strikeout is he's got 5 on the day. He's gone to that slider down and away.
And Michael, when he strikes out, that's a pitch he still is susceptible to.
See what Trainer does right here, the catcher. Fastball in, more for show right there, I believe. He's going to set up this slider. Or you go back in again with a good fastball. You have 2 choices right here as a pitcher and a catcher. What do? Do you go back inside to repeat, or do you go with that slider away?
I'm going with the slider.
He's going back in again.
2-2. It's only 96 miles per hour.
Right. Now, you set him up. You go back in one more time, or do you go slider? You don't want to go 3-2. Now we'll see what he thinks his strikeout pitch is, and what Trainer, the catcher, thinks. That's a fastball.
Kadier strikes out, first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Thome.
So he went twice inside and then challenged him with a fastball away and picked up his 6th strikeout.
AT&T trivia question: which Twin has the most all-time home runs against Kansas City? Well, I think we talked about this the other day. So if you were paying attention, you should be able to get it.
Means I have no idea.
You weren't paying attention? Or you were at the time, but you've just forgotten. Yeah.
I am old, you know. Okay, Mr. Thome. Add on to it.
Strike 1. Thome struck out looking his first time up.
Good changeup right there, something off speed.
It was about this time of the year last year that Thome went off on a bit of a home run tear. And the Twins are hoping that maybe even with this at bat, he can take off on one of those. Check swing and no swing, 1-1.
What a good take right there. Thome, very good eye at the plate.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
A nasty slider down and in. Thome held up on the previous slider. This time he swings through it. So a changeup away, slider misses, and then he goes to that slider again, down and in.
Little number, foul. Of course, the Royals were playing back for a possible double play ball during the Kadier at bat, and Polino reached back, struck him out. Now they'd love to get a double play here, and Thome just hoping to get one to the outfield. Get the speedy KCA in from third base. Pair of singles started the inning. Thome got a fastball at 97 and fouled it back.
Yeah, tried to sneak that fastball by him. First fastball in this at bat so far to Thome. You would think he'd have to go that slider down and in again. Watch Trainer, the catcher, move. Moves away.
Bouncer right side. See if they can turn 2. There's the force at second and the force at first. So the Twins start an inning but can't finish off the rally. It's still 1 apiece.
foot. You are hereby circled. Not a good day to give a hot foot. You're already hot. That's just going to add to the heat. That was Todd and Allison from Fargo. They were just up here. Very nice. People trying to stay cool here this afternoon.
And during the inning break, Larry DeVito, the head groundskeeper here, talked to crew chief Joe West. And it could have been about anything, but usually those things are about some imminent weather situations that might be created here, and it has gotten darker. So we'll see as we go into the 5th inning in a tie game. Jeff Francoeur will lead things off against Brian Dunsing.
Dunsing his first 1-2-3 inning in the 4th, just 10 pitches thrown. This will be pitch number 70 in the ball game for Dunsing.
Heading back our way. One and one to Francoeur. And another foul ball, 1-2.
Yeah, it's been a while for me for giving a hot foot. Actually, I did an interview with Jim Rich here this morning, and I gave him a hot foot.
But I don't think, and I wasn't here for it, I don't think there was the element of surprise in that one, was there?
No, that's what the story was about. But,
right.
I think the last one was probably when I was a player in '92. You know, I thought about doing my kids, but then who has to buy the shoes and the laces?
Right.
I do.
Popped up right side, and Kadire drifts into foul territory. And back into fair territory, one away. You'll notice that since I've worked with you for 15 years, I don't very often wear lace-up shoes. Wear a lot of loafers. You can submit a question online, carsoup.com/baseball. Fred Dorfman from Edina wondering, Bert, after having your number retired last night, were you able to reflect and pick your favorite moment as a Twin?
Favorite moment of the Twin, of course, signing and coming up to the big leagues at the age of 19. But I think my most favorite of being part of the '87 World Series team. Definitely. You know, you go to the ballpark year in and year out, and you go to spring training, and you want to become the best team in baseball. In 1987, we were able to accomplish that as a team under Tom Kelly. That definitely is my most favorable moment in a Twins uniform.
You know, and we're going to honor the '91 team here in the next homestand, as we said, with among other things a bobblehead collection. But for those of us who were around in '87, the whole region, what it meant to not have the runner-up status anymore in a major sporting event or in a presidential election, for that matter. We were known as the land of vice presidents and Super Bowl losses, and you guys in '87 broke the ice.
Well, not only the 25 guys on the field, Dick, it was the fans, too, of the upper Midwest that really united the players to be able to win that World Series. Unbelievable.
Francoeur strikes out. Betamit strikes out, and a Trainer will hit.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts for Dunsing, both of them coming against Wilson Betamit.
And so far, second time through the order, 7 up, 7 down for Dunsing. And now 1-1. Dunsing approaching the 80 pitch mark, hoping to wrap up the 5th inning here. Pretty close pitch taken for ball 2.
I always thought on hot days, if I could get through the first couple innings, then my body, I've already kind of gotten rid of all the bad stuff. Okay, I'm going to sweat the first couple innings, but then you cool down a little bit as the game goes on, and I think we're seeing that from Brian Dunsing.
Short right field. Plouffe comes in, slams on the brakes. Another 1-2-3 inning for Brian Dunsing.
Wojciechowski. I'm in the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle, Bert. You're going to make this young lady's day. She's turning 95 years old. This is Bernice Peterson, who made the trip all the way from South Dakota. She gets a $100 gift card courtesy of the Minnesota State Lottery. Bernice, Bert just circled you for your birthday. 27 days. Is that what it was? Yep, 27 days till her birthday. Bert, how many till yours?
I have 265 more days.
200.
Robbie, thank you for asking.
265 more days until Bert's birthday, Bernice.
There's only 27 days till my birthday.
There you go. Just 27 to hers, Bert. How about that? She counts down just like you do, all right?
Well, happy birthday to you, Bernice, in 27 days.
Delman Young fouls it back.
And you are hereby circled.
Well, the reason they're celebrating now on her birthday in the middle of August, will be on the road. Otherwise, I was going to invite Bernice to come back for her birthday, but we're going to be out of town. Young drives it to left center field, and it's down for a hit. Another hit, this time leading off the 5th inning. I wouldn't want to throw Delman Young a strike right now. The times that he swings and misses or makes it out, it's on pitches that are out of the strike zone. But if you throw it over the plate, he's going to hit it pretty hard.
Well, he's so strong, you know. Good contact right there by Delman Young and lining that ball into left field. First hit by a Twin other than Casilla and Maurer.
Here's Valencia. Down and away, ball 1. Tigers leading the White Sox 4-3. That game in the 9th. The Orioles have come back to take a lead on Cleveland 4-3, bottom of the 6th. The Indians still leading the division by a game over Detroit. That hits the corner. 1-1.
Well, there's that nasty slider again. Foligno only 65 pitches, 45 have been strikes. No walks, 6 strikeouts.
And now fouled at the plate, 1-2. Valencia went down swinging his first time up. Cracked foul down the right field line. Twins will make a roster move after the game today to prep themselves for the doubleheader tomorrow. Meaning it will be a position player going out and a pitcher coming in. At least that's the assumption. Another foul. And beyond the doubleheader, a night game, a day game, the 4 games coming up with Detroit, and then 4 in the Texas Heat. So an important stretch of games, and a stretch where the Twins really are going to need their starting pitchers to hold up their end of the deal.
Dick, that last pitch was about a foot outside. See if they go back out there again. There's that slider. And strikeout number 7 for Foligno, getting Valencia for the 2nd time.
And our trivia question, the answer should be Jim Thome with 47. Well, the question we're told now is, as a Twin, which Twin?
I'd say Ken Herbeck.
Okay. Well, Jim Thome's a Twin.
Oh, it is Ken Herbeck.
Yeah, there you go. You got it right. Okay.
Thank you.
Here's Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe hit a little comeback or a one-hopper to Paulino leading off the 3rd inning. Pulled foul. The Twins have seen a very good Luke Hoshaver. A couple of finesse left-handers in the other games of this series, and now an overpowering Felipe Paulina. There's Francis on the left. Hoshaver. One strike to Plouffe. And now 2 strikes. I asked some Twins hitters today about the difference in facing Jeff Francis last night and Chen on Thursday, and they, at least the ones I talked to, said Chen has a little bit of a cutter and is a much more effective pitcher because of that. There's a high pop-up right center field. Francoeur, Cabrera converge, and it's Cabrera with the catch out number 2. And before Nishioka comes up, you can click on the Fan Zone tab on the FoxSportsNorth.com homepage and win some prizes like a Kent Herbeck autographed baseball or bat, courtesy of Carrier. It's fast, it's free, and it's all at the Fan Zone tab on FoxSportsNorth.com.
That fly ball out by Trevor Plouffe, the first fly ball out for Paulina in the ball game.
Here's Nishioka. Nishioka went down swinging his first time up. Paulino overpowered him with a fastball.
Only 1 fly out, 6 ground ball outs to go with his 7 strikeouts.
And a chopper to short. Easy play for Escobar to end the inning. Another leadoff hit for the Twins. But they leave Young aboard, and we've got a 1-1 tie going to the 6th.
When the Indians take on the Twins tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Looking at partly sunny skies, it is going to be hot. The first pitch coming in at 84 degrees, winds out of the southwest.
And 1-1 our score here as the Twins and Royals hope to finish this 4-game series without interruption. 80% chance of rain. And we'll hope to get the game done. And obviously most of you are hoping, as we are here, the Twins will win this series 3-1. Alcides Escobar leading off the 6th for Kansas City. Dunsing starts him up and away. Ball 1. That's his 81st pitch of the afternoon.
Yeah, Dunsing's retired 8 straight. 10 pitches in the 4th, 12 pitches in the 5th.
2-0.
Trying to get some quick outs here. Maybe get into the 7th inning after hopefully a quick 6th.
Left center field. Delman Young, the running catch in the gap, 1 away. And will bring up Chris Getz. And our Sanford Health Injury Report, the subject of tomorrow's opening game starter, Scott Baker.
Yeah, Baker with a little bit of elbow soreness. He threw on the side, played some catch over the All-Star break, threw on the side the other day, said he's raring to go. So Baker, who's been pitching great for the Twins, especially here at Target Field, will get in Game 1 tomorrow.
Anthony Swarzak will pitch the second game of the split doubleheader. 1-0 to Chris Getz. And now a strike. Ground ball to short. Nishioka digs it out. Over to Kadire, 2 away. Well, for Brian Dunsing, he's been great. 10 men sent down in a row. And 2 gone quickly here in the 6th.
Yeah, keep them cool.
Even the Royals?
Very nice.
2 down. We are Minnesota nice, aren't we? Here's Cabrera. Double and a run scored in the first, and he lined out to Delman Young his next time up. There's a good bunt. And Cabrera reaches with a 2-out single. That's one of those things that seems to always cock your eyebrow.
Yeah, especially with 2 outs. If it's 1 out, lead off the inning, but you got a guy Cabrera, he's got 23 doubles on the year, actually 24. He doubled in the first inning, scored. And then Danny Valencia, of course, looking, he's playing deep. No reason to bunt right there. You need to get on, unless now he's going to have to almost try to steal second. Unless he can do that, which he's got good speed.
Gordon, 1 for 2 against Dunsing. Ground ball headed up the middle, backhanded by KCA. Ends the inning. Good play on a ground ball. The 6th comes to a close.
Yeah, but Cabrera got his hit. Okay.
Live from Wisconsin Dells for some summer fun and a lot to do, Dick and Bert, at the Dells, including spending time at the Chula Vista Resort Water Parks. This Mayan-themed water park, so well done. But the biggest draw is not the decor, it's the Flying Mayan, the country's fastest indoor water coaster. And catch Marnie live from the Dells in the post-game show. Dick and Bert, I think we're all jealous of her at this point in time.
Always jealous of Marnie.
There's a pitch outside to Ben Revere, leading off the Twins' 6th inning. Revere 0 for 2. And now 2-0.
One thing Polino has done, he has attacked the strike zone. 75 pitches, 54 strikes. No walks in a ball game, 7 strikeouts.
And Revere laces a single to left center. And the leadoff man is aboard for the 3rd straight inning. And we'll see what KCA is asked to do here. KCA's got 2 of the Twins' hits today.
2 very good at-bats. Fastball right there. Ben Revere lining it in the left field. Good solid swing. Now KCA got a fastball in his first at-bat. Got the double, and then his last time up got a breaking ball and got the base hit sharply into right.
That's close. Ben Revere got back. There goes Revere, and there's a bunt. Out on a very close play. Got to the bag just in time. So Revere took off, and KCA bunted.
Yeah, gets a little tardy getting over there, and Hosmer came off that bag to get the ball. And Revere running, his head down. He's not looking in right there. The bunt is laid down. Gets on the run. Very bang play at first base. KCA should get a sacrifice bunt on that, getting Ben Revere over to second base.
And now Mauer, who is 2 for 2, pair of singles, including an RBI single. And he'll be walked to get Kadire to the plate.
Saw this here on Friday night, Dick. Mauer intentionally walked twice to get to Kadire, and it worked for the Kansas City Royals.
Kadire got the game-winning hit in the 8th inning last night, and this afternoon Paulino's had the better of it. A ground ball double play in the 1st, and a swinging strikeout in the 4th. Look at the weather that's soon to arrive in the Twin Cities. I think the rain is about 15-20 miles west of here. And so Kadire, who twice had this strategy work for the Royals, hopes to have it work for the Twins in this at bat. There's that slider, and it gets a swinging strike.
Kadire himself says he's a kind of a guess hitter right there on that swing. You know he's looking fastball, pretty good slider. Michael swung through it, especially early in the count.
There it is again, and a tapper foul, and it's quickly 0-2.
It's not only the nasty slider, it's the location of that slider. He hasn't left too many pitches up. He struck out Kadire last time up on a high fastball after going inside twice when he was ahead in the count.
2 strikes. Paulino to Kadire. And he fought it off. 89-mile-per-hour slider. Tigers beat the White Sox 4-3. White Sox got 3 early runs against Brad Penny, and then he settled down. Right here, we're tied at 1. Twins trying to change that, specifically Michael Kadire trying to change that. And a strikeout for out number 2.
And strikeout number 8, getting Kadire for the 2nd straight time. So Polino on this at bat stayed nothing but sliders. Kadire going out of his swing zone. Good block by Trainer for the second out.
So far, Paulino's absolutely eaten up Kadire and Thome. They are a combined 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts, and 2 double play balls. And there have been some key situations, men on base, in a lot of those at bats, as there is here for Thome with 2 on and 2 out. Up high, ball 1. Two and 0. Paulino's only walked 1 man, and that was the intentional walk earlier this inning. He's only had a couple of 3 ball counts.
Two straight fastballs missing to Jim Thome.
Thome with that bat pointed out towards center field, got tired of holding it, asked for time. Now Trainer and Paulino will talk. Hoping to get some run support here in this 6th inning. Fastball on the outside corner, 2 and 1.
He's made some good pitches when he's had to, hasn't he? Good play.
Two and 1 to Jim Thome. 2 and 2.
A hard slider.
He's got some nasty stuff here today.
Yes, he does.
So many times you get one of those project type pitchers and it just doesn't work out, but it may be in the process of working out big time here for the Royals. 2 and 2. Up and in. Not by much.
A lot of times it's a secondary pitch why a guy struggles, Dick. You know, we see a good fastball, but, you know, maybe in the past the control has always been a problem. Maybe he didn't get the breaking ball over, but tell you what, he's got 4 good pitches here so far today.
Runners will go here. Full count, 2 out. Delman Young on deck. Thome gives it a ride. A mammoth home run. Number 596.
You come to the ballpark to root your team on. Sometimes you come to the ballpark looking for this to happen. The number changing for Jim Thome. His 7th home run of the year and his 596th blast in his career. And that was a blast.
Base is empty, 2 out for Delman Young.
Not too many of those 596 home runs he's hit in his career have been just over the fence.
You could see Trainer's reaction. Oh. And you saw that 2-2 pitch that just missed a little bit up and a little bit in, and that forced Paulino to throw another pitch, and he threw it down the middle, and Thome absolutely crushed it.
And that looked like the slider that he has been hitting his spot time in, time out, just left up.
Bounce to the right side. Dunsing gets his run support in the bottom of the 6th. A 3 spot for the Twins with Jim Thome clubbing career home run number 596.
490-foot home run.
Longest in Target Field history. Well, Brian Dunsing taking the mound with a 3-run lead. Here's our CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Well, Polino made one mistake right there to Jim Thome, that high slider, but Polino's been clocked as high as 97, Dunsing at 93, and the thing that has really helped Dunsing is that early on, the first 3 innings, he threw a total of 58 pitches, but only 30 over the last 3 innings. And that pitch count right now at 88 pitches.
Billy Butler leads off the Kansas City 7th, and there's ball 1. Butler, Hosmer, and Francoeur. Earlier we said it's important for the pitchers to pitch with some pace and some tempo because of the weather. Now there's the added reason of the impending weather, not what's happening now, not the weather conditions here right now, but what they might be like in a half an hour or so. Here's a drive to center field. Revere going back. The warning track and off the wall. He'll play the carom. Butler going to second with a double. So the Royals get a leadoff double here in the 7th by Billy Butler.
Yeah, he crushed that ball right there. A lot of ballparks, that's a home run. That's nothing compared to what Jim Thome just hit. But I'll tell you what, Butler put a pretty good swing on that. It's a double for Butler. Good swing right there.
He must have thought it was gone. Look at him stand and admire it at home plate.
That high wall out in right center. It's a pretty good poke.
About 2/3 of the way up. So Butler at second with a leadoff double, and here's Eric Hosmer. Pitch is up, ball 1. There's activity in the Twins bullpen. Dunsing 92 pitches, and the Twins would love to get 7 innings from their starting pitcher in all 4 ball games here. Tap to the right side, and out. Butler moving up a base. Delman Young in the on-deck circle after Thome hits the longest home run in Target Field history.
Oh my!
As they've said of many sluggers, I suppose going back to the days of Babe Ruth, when Jim Thome hits them, they stay hit. 490 feet later, the Twins have a 3-run lead. Fouled away.
And we showed you the reaction of catcher Matt Trainer too. You know, that more in disgust. Delman Young more in wow.
Ripped to left center, and that one's not going to come back. A 2-run home run for Francoeur, and it's 4-3. Dunsing taking a 3-run lead into the inning, and very quickly the Royals come back at it.
Yeah, Butler got a pitch up, and Francoeur got a pitch up that he didn't miss. His 13th home run of the year. Right there, belt high. Francoeur opening up. And the 9th home run that Dunsing has allowed. Measured at 418 feet.
Butler's drive nearly left the ballpark. Francoeur's does. Betemit the hitter with 1 out in the 7th. Betemit has struck out twice.
Yeah, the only 2 strikeouts that Dunsing's had so far in the ball game.
As we get through the 7th, hopefully soon, and work our way into the 8th and 9th, remembering that Joe Nathan is the closer, but the Twins have said also they don't want to use him 3 days in a row. So under that premise, Nathan will be unavailable here for the end of this game because he pitched both Friday night and Saturday night. Matt Capps has been the displaced closer. Bounce left side. Valencia has a go through his legs. Betemit reaches a tying run aboard with 1 out. An error charge to Valencia. Twins with the lead because of Jim Thome's 490-foot home run landing somewhere out near where Robbie Innsmikowski is.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the seat where it landed Deborah right here. It almost hit Deborah, and a fan caught it, and he was taken away, obviously, to probably trade it in. But, Deborah, did you ever think a home run ball would come this far to you?
Never, not in a million years.
What did you think when Thome hit it?
I thought it was great. He predicted it.
Wow. So this ball, I mean, we're not far from the scoreboard here. And we got a pitch change coming up, but I got to tell you, it's unbelievable that a human being could hit a baseball this far, Dick and Bert.
Well, thank you, Robbie.
That was a blast.
And Brian Dunsing will come off the mound here, and the Twins have to dip into the bullpen to get through the seventh.
One to nothing, but Joe Mauer tied the game with an RBI single in the bottom of the first inning as KCA scores. In the sixth inning, a blast. 490-foot, three-run home run by Jim Thome, his seventh of the year and his 596th in his career. And in the top of the seventh inning, Royals come right back with two off the bat of Jeff Francoeur. And it's a 4-3 Twins lead. Alex Burnett coming into the ballgame, making his first appearance in this four-game series, his 36th appearance overall. Has to get a couple outs here to get out of the seventh inning.
First man up, Matt Trainer, the Kansas City catcher. Trainer with a ground ball to short and a fly ball to right so far today. There's a ground ball right side. KCA looks at second, throws to first, and the tying run now in scoring position, 2 away. And that'll bring up Alcides Escobar. Again, the Twins bullpen in a curious state with the closer change made yesterday or before yesterday's game, but that closer presumably unavailable to pitch because the Twins don't want to push him beyond his limit.
Well, Glenn Perkins has had some success as a closer, a couple saves. You can also go back to Matt Capps. I think the Twins would like Matt Capps to, if there's a safe situation, do that on the road the way that he's been kind of booed by the fans.
Well, Alex Burnett comes out of the pen, throws 2 pitches, gets 2 outs, preserves the Twins lead. Time for the seventh inning stretch now, brought to you by Medica. 20 crispy McNuggets for just $4.99 at McDonald's. By CenturyLink, Quest is becoming CenturyLink. CenturyLink, your link begins here. Find out more at CenturyLink.com/link. And by Goldman Sachs, for all the reasons you invest. Mutual funds from Goldman Sachs. Well, good starting pitching can come from a variety of sources, and the Royals may have found part of the puzzle for them in Felipe Paulino. He's pitched well today, even though he's trailing.
I'll tell you what, he made some great pitches. 8 strikeouts in the ball game, 1 walk, that an intentional walk. Getting Tomey right there on a strikeout. Danny Valencia a couple times in the ball game. Good hard slider. He's shown a good fastball. And he made 1 mistake. You know, sometimes you don't like to lose a ball game on a mistake at a bad time. And he looked like a breaking ball up to Jim Tomey. And he was down 4-1, but his club came back with a couple more. Keep your club in the game. That's about all you can do. And, you know, Paulino out there, 94 pitches for this young man.
You know, he got out of a jam in the 4th inning, and he came so close to getting out of that jam in the 6th. He struck out Kadir handily, and he got a 3-2 pitch to Tomey, and he made 1 mistake, and it was crushed.
And it's back out there again. You know, I mean, I think this is a good move right here, even though he's got 94 pitches. You know, a hot afternoon day. You have an inning like he had last inning. You give up the 3-run home run. This builds character right here. He's got to go out and hopefully put a 0 on the board for the Royals and give him a chance.
Bottom third of the Twins lineup: Valencia, Plouffe, and Nishioka. And there's strike 1 to Valencia. He hasn't solved Paulino. He struck out twice swinging against him. And it's in one of those, Valencia's in one of those ruts where it seems like every at bat finds him behind in the count 0-2. I don't know how you get out of that rut. You take the first pitch, it's a strike. So then you have to be more aggressive, and you foul it back, see where he can lead this count, lead this at bat. Now 1-2.
Well, you get out of it by not missing that fastball he did on the second pitch. He hitting it hard somewhere. Then he gets himself into that, you know, behind an account situation, and that's where Paulino has been able to get him out a couple times.
Now it's 2-2. Off the railing of the Twins dugout and back up into the crowd. Like a hanging breaking ball, and Valencia swung so late at it. He one-hopped it toward the Twins dugout. Pulled foul. Orioles have opened up a 6-3 lead over Cleveland in the bottom of the 7th inning. They broke a 9-game losing streak yesterday and hope to do the Twins a favor by beating the Indians today. If that score holds, this score holds, the Twins will be just 5 games back in the division. Of course, it's the Indians making up the next 4 games here. Driven to the right field corner, and Valencia watches it twist foul.
Taking that pitch the other way, the ball just kept slicing and ends up in foul territory.
Two and two. This one sent down the right field line again. This one chased by Hosmer, who makes a great catch. Eric Hosmer with his back to first base makes a catch on the warning track for the first out.
Yeah, what makes this catch right here is right off, it was hit off the bat. He takes off right there, picks up the ball, and makes a nice catch.
You say that even though he's been up for just a couple of months. He's given the Royals their best first base defense
since Stu Balboni.
I think you can go back a little bit farther than that. Well, you know, you just look at the Twins' successful teams. You know, with Herbeck there for the World Championship years, and then Minkiewicz and Justin Morneau became a good fielding first baseman. What you don't want, can't win with, I don't think, is a DH trying to play first base. Swing and a miss by Plouffe, 1-2. There's too much activity over there.
38,786 Twins fans, or baseball fans, here this afternoon. Another Twins sellout. It's their 35th sellout of the season.
Running fastball up and in, and Plouffe at least got a piece of it. Jam shot and a bouncer to Escobar. 2 down. With 2 gone, let's find Robbie and Smokowski.
Well, Dick, I want to tell everyone about Game Connect. It's a new thing we have going on at our website, foxsportsnorth.com. Check it out right now. It's a revolutionary interactive tool available during all Twins games such as this one. So if you log on right now, it's going on. Game Connect. It combines compelling statistical visualizations and conversation on social websites such as Twitter. It's a unique way for fans to become involved in the broadcast experience. foxsportsnorth.com and find Game Connect. Pretty cool.
Thank you, sir. Here's Nishioka taking strike 1. There's a bunt in the air over by the Kansas City dugout. 2 strikes.
That's one thing, Dick, we have not seen a lot of. You've mentioned it before from Nishioka.
Just one time, I think.
Yep.
And if it was a bad play for Melky Cabrera to lay down a bunt single by extension, it's not one you'd approve of here for the Twins either.
Not with 2 outs. Outfield playing very shallow for Nishioka. If he can hit a line drive, say to left center, it could be extra base hits.
1-2. 2-2.
24 hits for Nishioka so far on the season in 109 at bats. 4 doubles.
Now 3-2. And I guess, surprisingly, just 2 stolen bases. Guy who's a singles hitter, and Revere is a singles hitter, but he's a threat to gain second base with a stolen base. Chopped to third. Betamit sidearms it low, and Hosmer with a nice stretch makes the play, and the Twins go 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. Today's game is brought to you by Miller High Life. This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps can give returning vets a piece of the High Life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. Every time I read that promo, I think about the bottle caps that had baseball players inside of them. You could collect them like you could baseball cards. Well, here's Glenn Perkins, and so we're trying to imagine how the Twins are going to get the next 6 outs. And with a lot of left-handed batters due up, the Twins go to Perkins here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Perkins worked in yesterday's ball game. He worked one shutout inning, the 8th inning, setting up Joe Nathan's save. He threw 13 pitches, 10 for strikes in the Twins' 4-3 win, and that's where we're at right now.
And he was not available, as we look at Jason Repko again replacing Trevor Plouffe in right field. He was not available to be in the bullpen mix Friday night. Ron Gardenhire told us that before the game yesterday. He took a thrown ball against his right shin, caused some swelling during batting practice, and pitched through it, the discomfort, last night and again here today. Over the mound, Nishioka cuts across quickly to Kadire. Nice play, one away.
Yeah, very nice play by Nishioka right there. Good reaction. Just out of the reach of Perkins, that high chopper over the mound, and Nishioka got very good jump. Watch Nishioka right there. Charges the ball and on the run, flipping it over to Kadire for the first out.
And now switch hitter Melky Cabrera. A double and a run scored in the first, a line out to left in the third, and then the 2-out bunt single in the 6th. Up and in, ball 1. Now there's nothing that says, particularly if he can get through the 8th quickly, that Perkins couldn't be sent back out there in the 9th. Next Sunday when you're inducted into the Hall of Fame, I assume Goose Gossage and Raleigh Fingers Hall of Fame closers will be there. They did that routinely.
Yes, they did.
One and one. 1-2.
Another guy there, Bruce Sutter.
Yeah.
Dennis Eckersley would do that from time to time.
The key, perhaps, to Perkins pitching in the 9th is how he does and how quickly he does it here in the 8th. Fly ball, harmless enough. Out to center field, Revere. And out number 2.
7 pitches, 2 outs.
Twins and Cleveland Indians open the series tomorrow with a doubleheader. Then on Tuesday night, it's a Sports Authority value pack game. You can purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank home run porch and get a free Schweigert's hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets are limited for Tuesday's game, so call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Tickets are always limited. I mean, you couldn't sell 70,000 tickets here. There's a limit. But particularly on Tuesday, just a handful of tickets left. 1 strike to Alex Gordon. Home plate umpire John Tampani calls it a ball.
Yeah, breaking ball right here. Doesn't miss by much.
Huh. Foul back, 1-2. So Perkins has thrown 10 pitches, gotten 2 outs, and gotten ahead of Gordon. Fouled away. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Perkins came in, pitched a tidy inning last night, hoping for the same thing here. Maybe a chance to pick up a save in the 9th. Breaking ball, and Gordon does a nice job getting a piece of it. 1-2. Fouled off his front leg. Wearing a pad, but apparently the foul ball didn't hit the pad.
Let's take a look right here.
Nope.
Ooh, just below the pad.
One and two to Alex Gordon. 2-2. Breaking ball got him. So a very good 8th inning for Glenn Perkins as he sets the Royals down 1-2-3.
(4-3) Twins lead here over the Kansas City Royals. They try to win their 5th consecutive series, and we're going to break it all down either way, win or loss, on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota postgame wrap. Jim Thome sets the record, a whopping 490 feet. Longest home run in the short history of Target Field into the second deck in right center. Flying out is our instructional today, and that's for the kids. The art of catching fly balls with Tim Laudner and Bert Blyleven and Marnie Gellner, live from Wisconsin Dells, one of the greatest vacation spots you can visit. And she's going to bring us some more fun things to do over there at the Dells as Tim Collins takes to the mound for the 8th inning. Dick and Bert.
Thank you very much, Robbie. He'll face Ben Revere, Alexi Casilla, and Joe Mauer. The ball hit above the Twins Community Fund sign, a couple of rows back, measured at 490 feet, the longest home run hit here. Beyond that, Jim Thome, who's about to turn 41 years of age, has hit 6 of the longest 8 home runs hit here.
He is a bull, isn't he?
Strike one to Ben Revere.
Yeah, Tim Collins coming into the ball game. He worked here on Friday night, 1 shutout inning with a walk and a strikeout, 21 pitches thrown. One of 2 lefties for Bob McClure and their bullpen.
Solidly to center field. And Revere has a base hit. It was his single in the 6th that led off the inning, that led up to Thome's 3-run home run.
And both last at bats, boy, he was right on the ball too. Fastball from Polino in the 6th inning, lined it into left field. Here, good solid swing, line drive right off that bat. He picks up his 2nd hit for the Twins, their 8th of the ball game.
in the 6th inning after Revere's single. KCA laid down a bunt with Revere taking off on the pitch. We'll see what happens here in the 8th inning. You know, you've talked from time to time about a pitcher's motion and how he shows a little back pocket. Well, from the stretch, Collins shows the hitter both back pockets.
Yeah. He puts everything into every throw. They have him listed at 5.7, which he himself admits is probably a little bit on the high side.
A little pop up behind third. Betamit chasing it. Escobar chasing it. Oh, what a fine play by Alcides Escobar. A long run, and about 10 feet from the tarp, he made the catch for the first out.
Yeah, you never quit hustling, and that's what Escobar did right here. Had to go a long way. Betamit, you can see him looking for the bunt, so he has to run back, but it's Escobar that just catches up to this foul ball.
So Revere at first, and we'll see if he will be in motion here. Mauer's had a good day at the plate. He's reached all 3 times. Now, when he's in the stretch position, it almost looks like both feet are in contact with the rubber. And Mauer hits a ground ball to short. Out. And now the ball thrown away. I thought he was safe at second, and Mauer will go to second on the overthrow.
Great hard slide by Ben Revere. Escobar could have shoveled it over to a second baseman Getz, but he decides to try to turn it himself. And that allowed Ben Revere a couple extra steps to go in hard at second.
Nope, he got there.
He had to leap over Ben Revere. And then the off-balance throw, you can see going into the camera well. So it'll be a fielder's choice error on Escobar, allowing Joe Mauer to go from first to second.
And now Kadire will be intentionally walked to bring Tomey up with 2 men up. So Kadire's seen it play out both ways, depending whether it's a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. Now he's intentionally walked to fill first base. And Tomey will have a chance to put a ringer on the home run he hit in the 6th.
The Twins would like to add some runs as Michael Kadire is intentionally walked. And Joe Nathan out in that bullpen getting loose.
Well,
a lot of it, you know, I mean, Joe Nathan, even though Gardy's saying he's unavailable, he may have said, hey, I'm fine for the day. We'll find out. But Jim Tomey in his last at-bat gave the Twins a 4-1 lead thanks to this home run, a 490-foot blast. The 7th home run of the year and career 596.
Twins looking for some insurance in the 8th. A little bit low, ball 1. So apparently it will be Nathan in the 9th, unless Tomey were to hit another 3-run home run. On the outside corner, 1-1. Tomey with the 490-foot home run hit in his last at bat he broke his own record. The longest home run hit here before was the one against the Royals off the top of the flagpole. That one was measured at 480 feet last year. And a breaking ball over the outside corner. Where he may have been shortchanged was his one hit over the batter's eye back by the concession stand against the Mariners. That was measured at 465 feet. 1-2. Collins to Tomey. Collins again on 1-2. Breaking ball got him. So the Twins strand a couple. They won a 4-3 ball game last night. They'll try to win another one this afternoon. Jim Thome's 3-run home run helping the Twins to a 4-1 lead. It's 4-3 as we go to the top of the ninth.
They have 2 home runs in this ball game. Thome, of course, that blast that he had. Also, Jeff Francoeur in the top of the 7th inning, a 2-run home run, made it a 4-3 ball game. Joe Mauer, a couple singles, also an RBI, scored the first run for the Twins with his RBI single. And here's Joe Nathan. Now, you know, I'm sure pitching coach Rick Anderson had a talk to Joe Nathan prior to the game saying, hey, Joe, how you feeling? I'm sure he got a very positive response because here he is. Picked up the save in last night's ball game, looking for his 5th save of the year.
In getting the save last night, he threw 14 pitches. In pitching 1, 2, 3, 8 the night before, he threw 15 pitches. So I would imagine those are contributing factors here as the Twins ask him for the first time since Tommy John surgery to pitch in 3 successive games. He'll face the same guys he faced last night. He got Butler last night to pop up to second base. This one hit to left center field. Delman Young over, playing deep. The no doubles defense pays off, one away.
Yeah, a little bit off the bat. Butler on 1 pitch is the first out.
So 1 down, and now Hosmer, who singled and stole second last night against Nathan in the 9th.
Yeah, that save for Joe Nathan is 251st in his career and 250th as a Minnesota Twin. Only Rick Aguilera has more career saves at 254 in a Twins uniform.
Baltimore defeated Cleveland 8-3. So if Nathan can pick up that save, the Twins will be 5 games out in the Central.
And most importantly, there will only be 5 games under 500. And the Indians are coming into town.
Popped up left side. Nishioka out. Young in. And it's Young with the catch, out number 2. The difference in the game, a 3-run home run by Jim Thome, our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
Yeah, this is the 6th inning. Keep an eye on Delman Young, the on-deck hitter. His reaction to this blast.
So 2 down, and Nathan has gotten 2 outs on 3 pitches. Francoeur fouled out against Nathan last night.
Well, it is hot, and the Twins are hot.
Breaking ball shaves the outside corner. One and one.
That's the slider right there. So curveball for strike one, then the slider. Francoeur hitting the 2-run home run in the 7th inning. That off of Brian Dunsing, a ball left middle in. Now we're sitting away again.
Breaking ball and strike two.
Well, I love the reaction of the fans last night when Joe Nathan came in, and now they're on their feet looking for this final out.
And Francoeur does a nice job keeping the at-bat alive. A tough pitch. And he made contact. One and two to Francoeur. Left side of the infield started into the dugout. They thought it was strike three.
Slider just missing.
Both Nishioka and Valencia took 2 steps toward the mound. Tapper to Valencia. Throws on the run. And the Twins win the series. Joe Nathan pitches in 3 successive games and pitches effectively in all 3.
Well, with the Indians losing, the Twins 5 games from being a 500 ball club, which we know they've come a long way to do that. And Cleveland, Detroit, Twins just 5 games out.
Kevin, a good ball game for the Twins. Some heroics from Jim Thome, and maybe the story of the game, Joe Nathan re-emerging as an effective closer for the Twins.
Absolutely. Another efficient game, another quality start, and the Twins win their 5th consecutive series. We'll break it all down on Twins Live. We'll take another look at Jim Thome's home run. Keeps the kids out there. Kids, they had to catch a fly ball, too.